even going to speak on this situation with Keke Palmer and the father of her son. I really don't want to call him a baby daddy because I think we need to remove ourselves from them type of words. Them type of words to a certain degree can be deemed demeaning, and I don't know. I just feel like he is the father of her son. And Keke Palmer is a really ass backwards type of female. She's all over the place. One minute she down with letter community, then one minute she's down with this community, then one minute she just all over the place. And then at the end of the day, I always see a bunch of double standards that go on with women, and in particularly women from our community. See, I have to direct these videos towards black women because at the end of the day, I only deal with black women. And this is an issue that I see that's going on in our community, and it's destroying our community. And the thing is, I'm trying to warn people, and it's a shame that black women don't see what's being done to them and how they being manipulated and they being tricked. Because at the end of the day, in the next 10 years, black women is going to be ranked number one in unmarried and undesired. Because at the end of the day, they headed towards a direction where nobody is going to want to date them, procreate with them, and be with them. And don't think that is not by design. Masculinize our women, feminize our men. This was part of the plan, and black women are falling for it. And it started decades ago. It started with the welfare system, the prison system, the crack epidemic, and now this BS feminism stuff. One thing I could say, and this is just real talk, I am so glad and so proud of myself that I never voted for that nigga Barack Obama, because I always saw Barack Obama as a plant, a handkerchief head, and a fake brother who didn't have really no ties to the black community, was raised in Hawaii by his racist white grandparents. He played a big role in, you know what I'm saying, feminizing black men, shaming black men for being vocal, wanting to be masculine, wanting to be, you know what I'm saying, role models, guys you could look up to. I talk about toxic masculinity, which that doesn't exist. That isn't even a real word. Me, myself, I refuse to engage in ridiculous conversations about fake narratives and falsehoods that don't exist. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity, you know what toxic masculinity is? What the real definition of it is? It's straight shaming. That's what the hell it is. We need to start doing the role reversals. When somebody says, oh, this is toxic masculinity. No, you're just straight shaming me. And they've been doing this for a while. First of all, there ain't no such thing as getting in touch with your feminine side. Look, you born a man, you gonna die a man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, that's just real talk. And a lot of times we've been brainwashed and guilt tripped into believing these certain things that people tell us. And then the thing is, we supposed to be black and proud, but then we sit up there and we worried about what other people think about us. But we go out of our way to be submissive to other races and go out of our way to please them. And I warned y'all about this stuff. I told y'all it wasn't no black and brown or people of color alliance, because guess what? Those people that were saying they're people of color and we're all one were the same people that were fighting against you to keep you from going to college because you're black, but then they feel like they should get to go to college because they're Asian or Hispanic or whatever other race. They played a role in getting rid of affirmative action, but you were sitting up there exchanging what you thought was secrets, which you wasn't. The only people that was giving away secrets was us. And that's been our long-standing problem, us giving away secrets to other people, trusting everybody, and then believing that we're going to get something in the long run. Oh, appreciate it. And we failed. We failed miserably, and this is why we're in last place. I'm looking at this situation with Keke Palmer and the father of her son, the way he's being shamed because he basically called her out for dressing like a whore. At the end of the day, if y'all live together and y'all are a couple in a committed relationship, why do you want everybody to see what you're supposed to be giving to him and sharing with him? But then you have these goofy females on here attacking this man because he's saying, hey, you with me, everybody don't need to see what you got. And they talking about this stuff about body empowerment and all this stuff. And we shouldn't shame women if they want to walk around with their ass out and everything. What? I bet you if a man walked around with some Speedos on and, just a shirt and walked in a mall and stuff, with you know what I'm saying? He would be probably arrested for indecent exposure. And at the end of the day, like I said before, if you want to act like you single, you should be single. And and once again, it comes down to this thing. Would she get away with this if she was with a white boy doing this? No. But because a black man, even though he light skinned, and I think that dude is mixed, but he's still considered black. They look at him as black. If this was a white boy or a non-black, would she get away with doing this? No. They would say you need to respect your man and all this kind of stuff. But because there's this disrespect and disregard for a black man's opinion, they figure like, who cares what he thinks? And this is the disrespect we get from not only people outside our community, but the women in our community. But at the end of the day, this is what I've been warning black men about. Stop being afraid to voice your opinion. He shouldn't care. And I know somebody gonna come on here eventually and say, why are people worried about what she doing? Because she doing it out in the open. Y'all got something to say about Dwayne Wade making Gabrielle Union pay half of the bills? So shut up. It's funny how people holler about they want equality. Women want equality. They only want equality if it benefits them. Just like they want to holler about equality in the WNBA, saying they want to make as much as the men. And I'm going to just say what a lot of people are afraid to say because I'm my own entity. I work for myself. The WNBA players are lucky that they getting paid what they getting paid. Because at the end of the day, it's a money pit. The NBA is losing millions on top of millions of dollars for basically a mediocre product that nobody cares about. It's so funny. Women holler about, oh, they should get, you have so-called feminists talking about the WNBA players should get paid the same as men. But guess what? They don't take their asses to the games. The average WNBA game at best may be drawing, if they're lucky, maybe 5,000 a game. But they think they should get paid what men get paid. They don't sell no tickets. They don't sell no jerseys. They don't sell no sneakers. They don't sell nothing. But just because you a woman and say you should get paid like a man, you supposed to get paid like a man. And that's what I mean. But you don't want to put in the work. You don't want to help promote the product. And then you don't want the man to help you promote the product. Well, where are you at now 20 plus years later? Still a subpar product. Nobody cares. I don't cover the WNBA because I don't give a damn about it. Okay? To a certain degree, it's It's just not my thing. Now I know I'm gonna be called misogynistic. Nah, I don't have no problem with women in sports. I like women's boxing, women's women's MMA. As long as they got biologically born women fighting against women, it's all good. But yeah, I'm just seeing how people were attacking the dude because he want to be respected. But that's the thing. Women feel like they don't have to, and particularly black women feel like they don't have to respect us, but then they want us to respect them. And that's why I tell these dudes, don't date these women with their crumb snatching kids by four different men, but they won't respect. But then they trying to give you orders and lay down the law with you about what they expect you to do. When at the end of the day, you the prize. If you a single man, don't date no. If you a single man with no children, don't date no woman with four kids by four different men, possibly five, because out of the four, she may have five possible baby daddies, or even maybe six that she not telling you about. Why would you even want to jump into that? See, it's funny how black women don't want to be shamed for that, but then they expect you to take care of their kids that don't belong to them, but they try to shame you. Oh, if you don't take care of me and my kids that don't belong to you, you not a real man. Was you a real woman when you was sitting up there having all that unprotected sex? And now you know what I'm saying, and letting people skeet up in you? Was that the nigga that came after them? Is that their fault? It's not my fault that you chose to have four kids by four different men. I know they tricked you. So you got tricked four different times. Yeah. All right, please stop it. I mean, the things that women can get away with, like I said, we all know Keke Palmer ain't wrapped too tight. We already know she's not the sharpest knife in, you know what I'm saying, in the drawer. Smart actress, good actress. I give her credit for that. She deserved to get nominated for an Oscar for her role in that film, Nope. But then I see you got women sitting up here opening their mouth, a certain female boxer who just can't keep her mouth shut, who can't just stay out of her own way, who just doing a complete job of alienating the people that showed her the most support, which is men. But I ain't gonna say her name. I ain't gonna say her name because if I say her name, they're gonna try to make it look like I'm picking on her and all that kind of stuff. Which she gonna be her own worst enemy. Because that's the thing. I'm gonna have to tell you, man, stop being afraid to stand up for yourself. Like I said before, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. If a woman don't respect you, she don't respect who you are and what you stand for, then you don't need her. Don't ever be so desperate for a woman or for some twat to where you sit up there and put up with disrespect and mental abuse and to a certain degree physical abuse. Oh, you know who I'm talking about. You know who the hell I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say her name because when she saw me in New York, she look at that video. She looked at me funny. She knew who I was, but I ain't gonna say nothing. But that she her own worst enemy. Keep talking that feminism stuff and see where it gets you. And like I said, I'm really trying to help black women. But black women gonna look up in the next 20 years, they gonna find themselves in a bad place. Feminism is not for black women. You being bamboozled by the white woman. Cause they talk all that feminist stuff and womanhood stuff, and they go home and get their ass in the kitchen and cook their man a hot meal and all that kind of stuff. They just fooling black women with that stuff because they don't want y'all to have anybody. They don't want you to procreate with another black man because they creating this distance between us because at the end of the day, their reproduction levels are diminishing. So they figure if and they feel like if they diminish, that means well we gonna be left with the planet. So they had to come up with a plan. And to a certain degree, it's working because black women are taking the bait. If you look around and see what didn't happen and became a black man, this is why I keep saying I don't care who gets mad. I don't care if any of you thought pockets or scuds bucket holes come on here. You can come for me because I'm ready. And this is why so many women detested Kevin Samuels, because he told the truth, because he stood up to women, and they saw that as a threat, because at the end of the day, black women feel like they are in charge of our race. That's why a lot of times they work side by side with the white man to undermine us. And I'm sorry, this just got to be said. This just got to be said. I can't have no fear. I can't have no fear. I'm sorry if a lot of other dudes want to sit up here and cater and play these type of roles, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do it, man. What's up, Steven? I can't do it, man. I can't do it. And I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not gonna sit up here and tolerate this disrespect that is directed towards pretty much only black men. Like I said, we gonna have to go back to checking people. You know what I'm saying? There's something that I want to say, but I don't want to put my channel at risk, because keep in mind, they tried to take down Kevin Samuels' channel for something that he said, and I understood what he was trying to say. But of course, it's funny though. They tried to take down his channel though, but they didn't. They don't have no problem with what Chad Willer did to a black woman. And then these same black women were celebrating when Kevin Samuels passed away, which I thought was horrible. But then now you got these black women crying. I wouldn't use words like that, but Corey Holcomb, I understood where he was coming from, the frustration. And then, of course, Dr. Boyce Watkins tried to play Captain Saberhole. And listen, I respect certain things that Dr. Boyce Watkins say, but to a certain degree, Dr. Boyce Watkins didn't prove to be untrustworthy, because the problem is with Dr. Boyce Watkins, he tried to put on his cape and talk all this stuff about treat a woman respectful and be respectful to a woman, but then he got all these damn issues with women that used to work with him, from Michi X to Paris Milan to a few other people. Yvette Cornell, he didn't got into it with everybody. And keep in mind, unfortunately, he was one of the main people that introduced us to that tyrant, Cynthia G. So that raises a question mark around him right then and there. And he shouldn't have said nothing. And he shouldn't have said nothing to Corey Holcomb. What's up? What's up? He shouldn't have said nothing. And that's just real. We in a terrible situation now as black men. And like I said before, Keke Palmer want her baby daddy to be a stay-at-home dad. But keep in mind, I forgot the football player's name a couple of years ago, where his wife, I guess she stayed home and, just stayed home while he went out working. And she showed some videos of her making dinner and ironing his pants and stuff, and everybody went after her like, what you doing ironing a man's pants? Like what's wrong with that? And see, this is what they done did to the black household. This is what they done did to black men, making black men be ashamed to be men. And at the end of the day, we got to speak our minds. We can't be sitting up being, what the fuck do it look like me being afraid to voice my opinion to a woman? And in most cases, a woman can't do a damn thing to me. Because in reality, she can't. In most cases, unless she just like a 8th-degree black belt in martial arts, in most cases, she can't do nothing with me physically. But like I said, we live in a time where they got us in fear to be men, and they came up with that word. Oh, well, if you argue with a woman when she's disrespect, you can't walk around with a wife beater shirt on because that's toxic. It's toxic masculinity. Like, what the hell does that mean? But we fail for these catchphrases, and that's the problem. We fail for these fake catchphrases, falsehoods. And we fail a lot of being men. And now look, they talked about this stuff, metrosexual. Look, man, there ain't no such thing as a metrosexual. Either, in the words of Andrew Dice Clay, either you are or you ain't. We're being made to feel ashamed for being a masculine heterosexual man. That masculinity, that's a word, that's a code word for straight shaming. And like I said before, one of the main people that was talking that stuff was that fake ass nigga Obama. And like I said before, I am so glad I never voted for that nigga. You know, the dude that didn't do nothing for the black community. And I don't want to get into this whole thing about Democrats and Republicans, because at the end of the day, I've been saying this for the longest. Black people need their own party, because the Democrats and the Republicans can't be trusted. They failed us one way or another. Neither of them had the best interests of the black community. We need our own party, and we need to stop aligning ourselves with these other groups. There ain't no damn people of color, because nobody likes black people. And I'm just going to say it. And so for all y'all that want to play these games about, oh, we can all get, no, the hell we can't. Because these same people that said they was our allies, they was working against us, learning us, reading us, stealing our concepts, stealing our ideas, and taking it back to their communities and flourishing. And to a certain degree, getting financial gain. The problem with us, that's our problem. We trust everybody except each other. That's real. Let me speak on that word woke. Let me speak on that word woke. I don't even use that terminology no more, because once again, that was a terminology that we came up with and they hijacked it. And I'm going to tell you another word that they trying to hijack from us too. They also trying to hijack that word light-skinned. Now you got these damn Asian people trying to say that I had to check some dude about saying that. Like, dude, you ain't light-skinned. Like, bro, you are not light-skinned. Do not say that. Like, y'all just can't be just taking words and be thinking that it's y'all's, or just changing the definition. I checked him for saying that. That's going to be, watch out for that. That's another word that they trying to hijack. That word woke, we all know what the word woke originally meant. It was for black people that was conscious of the injustice that was going on with us in our community. Then all of a sudden you had white people changing the definition. And then, you know, the funny thing about it, these people that use the word woke, that's not black, they don't even know what the hell it means. Okay, so what's your definition of woke? See, this is what the meaning of woke is. See, what is it? Well, if you give me a second. All right, it's been tested. What is your definition of woke? They take something, hijack it, change the definition, or try to change the definition, and then think we supposed to just be like, oh, okay. And then when we say, well, what makes you think you could get away with doing that? Then here comes because I'm white and I say so. Well, not today. Not today. Not today. I mean, they just took that word and hijacked it. Oh, this is woke. This is woke. See, that's the problem, woke. And like I said, for the most part, that's why I laugh at them. They give me so much material. When I say they give me so much material, it is just like they just give me just long lasting material, because like I say, they will take something and then make it their own or try to redefine it. I don't even like them attaching that word woke also to the rainbow community and other stuff, saying, oh, this is wokeness. Well, what is wokeness? And the thing is, we sit up there and put our foots in our mouths and say, hey, nah, we not going to let y'all do that. But at the same time, we got all this smoke and vitriol for us. It's funny, black people won't fight against white supremacy, racism, and other injustice that's done to us. But then you got black people that'll sit up here and defend Eminem on whether he's the greatest rapper of all time. and argue against other black people. That's what our problem is. That kind of stuff. Black people love defending they oppressors or outsiders. You got more people fighting for Eminem than you got people fighting for the community. So there you have it. Oh, Damien, they didn't took that word they didn't took that word away from us. Like how did woke become the definition of something else? Like I said, that's what they do. They take stuff from us and then they make it their own, and then like you just be like, damn. And then they don't even know what it means though. I'm still waiting for them to tell me, okay, so what's your definition? What do you mean by woke? And that's why I laugh when I see these fake content creators that are not black using that word woke to define other stuff. And that's what they do. They decrease the value of it. You know what I'm saying? They make, I mean, for real, they make it generic. They take the power out of it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of inflating it, they deflate it. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's like a balloon where you just, you know what I'm saying, that you don't tie. They good at making something uncool and stale. Stale and pale. Like how a lot of their faces look. Oh, it already did lost it. They already did lost. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even use that word no more. But I didn't even use it that much to begin with. I was more like you know. But we were the ones using the word woke, and then, as usual, that's what happens when you go on these talk shows and stuff, and be saying, "Yeah, you know, I'm part of, you know, I'm woke." Then they'll just take something, woke. Oh, okay. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. And they'll just use this in another conversation that don't have nothing to do with what the brother talking about. See, that's the problem. You're woke. You're woke. This is woke policies. And then, like I said, once again, you ask them, okay, so what does woke mean, dude? What does woke mean, Bob? Then they can't tell you. So there you have it. But this is all part of the problem. This is how you tie this all in and stuff. But, you know, getting back to Keke Palmer and her baby daddy or whatever you want to call her, dude need to just shake the spot. It's just an all around bad look for him. He staying at home and she want to make him a stay at home father. But then at the same time, she want to be able to basically walk around and do whatever she pleases. And that's the problem with women in our community. They think we're not supposed to say a damn thing to them. And I think they need to understand, no, the world doesn't revolve around you. You just don't get to say and do whatever you want. But then again, society kind of like has it that way. Because I just seen a few weeks ago where you had a football player and Rudolph, who basically had a woman come to his house, attack him, tear up his house, they basically call some niggas, lie on him and say that he struck her. They come to his house. Keep in mind, they come to his house looking for him, attack his brother. He go get a weapon, defend his brother after this lady didn't pretty much issue terrorist threats, which is illegal, punishable by 15 years in prison. And this happened in the state of Florida. He defends his brother. He has to take one of them out, and they put him on trial for murder. And then they disregarded the stand your ground law, which it was clearly a case to stand your ground in self-defense because they came to his house. And then the person that prosecuted him was a black woman. There you have it. Tried to send that man to jail. And he was on the verge of basically getting a job playing football in Canada. And now, due to the fact that he caught a body, they're not going to deal with him. Even though it was clearly a case of self-defense, the fact that he ended up having to take somebody's life, that's just too much of a red flag and a risk. There you have it. Like I said, this man was put on trial. Look it up. He was put on trial for defending himself and his family. Text messages from the bitch saying, shoot this shit up. But guess what? Nothing did happen to her. Nothing didn't happen to her punk ass brother and his friends. But Travis Rudolph was the one put on trial. So he was just supposed to let them niggas come to his house and hurt him, hurt his family. So he wasn't supposed to defend himself. And then you got people talking about that there's no such thing as racism. But then George Zimmerman, and this happened in Florida, who approached Trayvon Martin, who was minding his own damn business, just trying to get home unarmed, approached him, basically attacked him. Trayvon Martin defended himself, beat his ass, and due to the fact that George Zimmerman was a coward and a punk, he pulled out a weapon and he shot him and took his life. And he was 17 years on his way to college. Trayvon Martin would be a lawyer by now. Might be doing something good for himself and his community. But we'll never know. And then the sad part about it was they didn't want to do nothing to George Zimmerman. People had to put pressure on them to arrest George Zimmerman. And then he had one of the most rigged cases ever. And then the sad part about it was Trayvon Martin was the victim, but you had a whole bunch of people, and particularly from the Mayonnaise Nation, making fun of him, putting up pictures of them in a hoodie and blackface and all this stuff. And you think we supposed to forget about that? But George Zimmerman was the aggressor. And then you heard the phone call where they told, and this happened outside, out in the open. And they told him when he said, hey, I'm going to approach him. Sir, don't approach him. And he approached him anyway. But Travis Rudolph at his own house had this crazy woman who was married at the time. Come over his house, threaten everybody. But yet she get to walk scot-free. Called a hit. Text message. Shoot his shit up. But he went on trial. So somebody please explain to me, make that make sense. I need somebody to explain that to me. How does that work? Somebody come to your house trying to do something to you. Come to your house on camera. Attack you. Punch you. And you not supposed to defend yourself? So there you have it. There you have it. It's never an equal playing field when it comes to brothers. But like I said before, all these women that's sitting up here, siding with Keke and giving her a pass and all that kind of stuff. Okay, keep that same energy if he start doing the same thing. Keep that same energy. But you ain't gonna have that same energy. Because you're gonna start playing the victim if it get did to her. Or if he just step out on her or he just leave her. And my thing is, like I keep saying, when I had a lot of women coming on my channel, sometimes hating on passport bros and everything. Well, my thing is, if black man is so worthless and so no good, and we don't amount up to nothing, then why do you care where we go? Why do you care who we deal with? If we mean y'all no good, why do you care? Like I said, it's always a double standard. It's a double standard with who we date. It's a double standard with anything. Like I said before, if a black woman date outside her race, it's all good. They look at the dude, whoever she dating, as, upgrade. We date outside our race. We shamed. We're no good. We're trash. You know, like you had all these women coming after Michael B. Jordan. Oh, I don't feel sorry for Michael B. Jordan because he dates white women. You heard this. You heard this all the time. Just like with Serena Williams, when her coward husband, didn't say a damn thing when all those media outlets was attacking her. But you hear them hollering about we black men need to protect black women. But then when Nate Parker went through what he went through, basically over a case that he was acquitted from by an all white jury, you had people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to support his movies because he dates white women." But then when this whole thing with Kamala Harris came about, when black dudes were saying, "Well, I don't know about Kamala Harris because at the end of the day, she married to a white man," and I just told her, "Oh, what did that have to do with anything?" You had black women when I was saying that. Well, what did that have to do with anything? What did that have to do with? Well, huh? Oh, so y'all don't want to be questioned who y'all deal with or who y'all marry and procreate with, but you get to keep tabs and keep track of who we procreate with and who we deal with. Oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I didn't heard some people say, "Oh, you know what I'm saying?" At first, they were saying, "Oh, we not gonna support Jonathan Majors because he got in trouble because he was That's what he get for dealing with a white woman." Then when they saw he was dating, Megan Good, "Oh, we gotta support Jonathan Majors." Nah. Either you in or you out. And here go the thing: I didn't give a damn about who Serena Williams was married to. We all know that white dude that she married to was a coward. He a coward. He a punk. And I think even she know it. But see, he don't get ridiculed for not protecting her. But us, we got the, you know what I'm saying? We got to be done to the done. They want us to be super nigga. We always got to be on, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to protecting them, they want us to be on the front line when it benefits them. One minute they say they don't need us. But then when we at the grocery store, could you get that for me? Nah, you don't need a man. Could you reach that top? Could you reach that? That six. I'm so short. Could you get that? Could you get that bottle of cherry 7-Up? Nah, you don't need a man. Get it your damn self. Remember, you don't need it. You independent. Them be the main ones talking, "I don't need no man. I don't need no man. We don't need no man." Oh, okay, cool. Can you help me? How come you won't hold the door for me? Remember, you independent. Can't have it both ways, lady. And see, I'm finna really hit y'all. I'm finna hit y'all with something that's gonna mess a lot of y'all up. And I'm pretty sure, but then again, it's gonna hit y'all like a light bulb. I think the problem is with black women, especially in single households, how they raise black men to have this mentality, this dependent mentality. See, here's the thing: a lot of black women think of their sons as their man or their husband. Cause see, when they have daughters, this is real talk. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. This is gonna be the most important thing that y'all ever gonna hear. This is for you youngsters. This is for you OGs. You OGs that's like 40 and up. Y'all gonna understand this because I done seen this. This is the mentality they have. You notice in most cases in the black household, usually their favorite child be their son. You notice that the black woman in particularly, see, they don't want to hear this. See, this conversation, this conversation is finna mess them up, but this is the truth. A lot of black women see their sons as their man or their husband. You know why? Because they raised them to be dependent. You notice a black woman don't a lot of times raise their son to leave the house because they want them around, because they want to have a man at their house. And then that's how sometimes you have the baby boy theme where the Jody character, his mother didn't realize he needed to leave till she got that dude but by the time she realized, she had already did the damage. See, they raised the daughters to be independent, to go to college and, get out on their own and stuff. But see, they want the dudes to stick around because they see them as their man. There's never no pressure in most cases for these women to tell their son to get out on their own. Because a lot of times, if you date single mothers and stuff, or a woman, a grown woman that got grown kids, how come the son is usually the dude still at the house? I met this lady, and this happened a few times. It was this lady that I was dating. She was way older than me too. Like I was in my 30s. I was like in my early 30s. I was working at the time because I got out of, I just did a little stint, and Walmart was the only job I could get at the time. It was that for those from the Bay Area, it was that Walmart on Hesperian. And I worked there. The funny thing is I worked there at the same time Oscar Grant's daughter's mother was there. I know Sophina. I know her. She's a friend of mine. I'm talking about I know her. So I met her working there. I was working night crew and stuff. So, she came in, what I'm saying, even though I was fly. So, got her number, and she lived like right down the street. So I used to go over her house and kick it, and her son lived with her. She had like 4 kids. She had like, I think 3 daughters and a son. Of course, the daughters are gone, but he's still there. And you see this a lot. This is like I said, I want somebody to tell me that I'm lying. I want somebody to tell me that I'm lying. And this is the problem in our households. This is the problem in the black community. And this is why we are where we are right now as a whole. This is the difference between black households and every other household. Because black women think of their black sons as their man or their husband. And that's the damn problem. Now, I don't mean that as in a, weird way, but then again, that seemed to be on the rise too. But in most cases, that's the problem. That's the problem. I can't. No, but Stephen, I'm not lying. Tell me that I'm lying. See, that's the thing. Anybody that hear this video, they can't tell me that I'm lying. There's going to be some black women that's going to be mad, but I'm telling the truth. For real. This is the problem. See, we didn't went backwards. Just like the whole situation with Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, or should I say a sap named Rocky, because that's what he is. He's a sap. You look at the pictures. She taking pictures, she in the front, got him holding the baby and all this kind of stuff. They would never do that with a white boy. And that's the problem. In our community, they want the black woman to be in front of us, and they have purposely did that. Tell me that I'm lying about this. How come every time when you hear about an incident with a young black man losing his life and the parents could be together, they always want to talk to the mother. And if the father is around, they tell the father to stand behind the mother. And this is why people form the perception that they form a black man, why they don't respect us. But at the same time, I want to tell you white boys and you Mexicans and you Asians, that don't go on in every household. But I could tell you this much, Taco Tito, you know what I'm saying? Taco Tito, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Caviar, fried rice, real talk. You ain't gonna do that with me. Real talk. Real talk. You got me messed up. Well, I'm just telling the truth, Stephen. I'm just telling the truth. See, these are the conversations that we don't want to have. Because at the end of the day, black women don't want to be told nothing. Because they don't want to hear anything. But see, here's the thing. You're going to hear it from me. And any black woman that got a problem with what I say, you can bring your ass on here. You can come on here. See, I ain't coming on your outlet. I would never go on out. And see, that's the thing, y'all. They can come on here. They can bring their asses on my channel. Because see, here's the thing. You already know when it comes to women and trying to have a debate, you can't have a debate with a woman because at the end of the day, if she feels like she's losing the debate, she gonna try to talk over you and she's gonna cut you off because they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want you to get a word in edgewise because well, that's what they do. It's did on purpose. Because they in our community, they want people to believe that the woman is the head of the household. And to a certain degree, they've tried to make it that way and make it seem that way by devaluing black men and taking the black man out of the household, whether it's through the prison system or whatever means. Now what they try to do in this new generation is basically turn black men off to black women, period, by pushing certain type of agendas, making it feel abnormal to be heterosexual or to be straight. All that stuff be getting did on purpose when they basically when Genuine when you had that you know what I'm saying, that alternative lifestyle person try to kiss Genuine and then Genuine like nah I'm good and everybody came after him saying that he was phobic and all that kind of stuff. No, it's just his preference. That's what they do. Look at the double standard. You had that situation with Bud Light, and by the way, I'm gonna do another Bud Light. When I say Bud Light is in deep trouble to where they may have to be put up for sale, I think I should tell you brothers right now. I'll take like maybe $100, man, and buy some Bud Light stock and just sit on it because if Bud Light is sold to somebody else, you know the stock may go up. I'll just sit on that. But that thing with Dylan Mulvaney. Now, keep in mind, Kid Rock was so displeased with that ad to where he basically filmed himself with a high-powered rifle shooting up some Bud Light cans. But you didn't hear anybody go after him. Nobody ran up on stage and tried to attack him. But they've been messing with Dave Chappelle forever. Dave Chappelle ain't never said nothing violent should happen to him. They didn't go after. They ain't went after Kid Rock. That could have been considered inciting violence. Didn't say a damn thing about Kid Rock, and he filmed himself. People applauded him. But then these are the same people that tell Dave Chappelle he need to be careful what he say. You see the double standard? And this is why I don't pay no attention to the mayonnaise nation. Yeah, I heard what Gilbert Arenas say. One thing about Gilbert Arenas is he is a space cadet. One minute he'll say something, you just be like, huh? Then the next minute you be like, oh, okay. And I mean, to a certain degree, Kwame Brown is kind of like that too. So I mean, some things you agree with Kwame Brown, some things you don't. But I just wanted somebody to like tell me where I'm lying. Like I said before, this is getting dead on purpose. Like I said, so now everybody mad at Keke Palmer's uh, son's father for just saying, "Hey, chill with dressing like that." And the same thing, like how people tried to, you know, make brothers feel bad for basically coming after Sierra for like dressing like a whore. But she said that just came from the church. What? And then she took that picture with Megan Thee Stallion's hand all on her ass. But once again, so we ain't supposed to say that. We ain't supposed to say that's not cool. That's not a good look. So us man, we ain't supposed to have an opinion. But then again, Simon Sanders or Simone Sanders, whatever she call herself, told us she don't want to hear the opinion of a black man. Oh, okay. Well, you ain't gonna get our vote. Well, not mine's at least. Can't speak for the rest of y'all. And this is the mentality that they have. This is why a lot of them is cutting their hair short because they think they're better men than us. See, here's the thing: the difference between a woman and a man, no matter how much of a man you think you are as a woman, just remember this: you can't pee standing up and not mess up your clothes. For real. See, you can't pee in a stall. You have to pee sitting down. There you have it. And it is just really that simple. Yeah, listen. Listen, Keke Palmer is you just can't take her serious anyway, because like I said, she don't know if she coming or going. She gonna learn the hard way. But here's the thing, like I said, let's talk about another double standard. And this is real talk. Since we on the subject of Dwayne Wade, which by the way, Dwayne Wade, I'm gonna just talk about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle, not the side stuff with Dwayne Wade, because Dwayne Wade has a big question mark around him. But the situation with Dwayne Wade making Gabrielle Union pay half of the bills. First of all, I ain't no Gabrielle Union fan. I don't care for that woman whatsoever because she threw Nate Parker under the bus. She didn't defend him. She sat up there trying to basically be inclined with a fake falsehood and a fake movement. And threw the brother under the bus. But the funny thing is, you have women coming for him. Oh, that's messed up. That's messed up. That's messed up. Dwayne Wade doing that. Not really. But here go the thing. But the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, who seemed to have a theme for that chocolate, he was making his girlfriend pay half the bills. Nobody said shit to him. They didn't come after him. See, that's the thing. Like I said, if a white boy was with Keke and called her out on that, they'll say, well, maybe she need to listen to her man. But because it's a black man and our opinions are not valued and not looked upon as being stern, oh, it's like the hell with that dude. And then I seen all these articles and about that he and his feelings and all that stuff. What does that mean? That sounds stupid. And that just goes to show you how shallow and ignorant that some of these sisters can be. I hate to say it, but this is the honest to God truth. It's the honest to God truth. Yeah, that is the problem. Easily manipulated. Yeah, Gabrielle Union, you know the thing is about Gabrielle Union from the Bay, but she ain't from Oakland though. She She from Pleasanton. Pleasanton is, if you from the Bay Area, Pleasanton is this city that's like maybe about 15 minutes, 15 minutes outside of Oakland, going like northwest, I think. It's like 15, yeah, it's like 15 minutes out. She was raised in that area, and it's probably, I say, the population, I say it's probably 70% white, maybe 10% black, and then the other. So she was raised in that area for a while. Yeah, it's in Alameda County. Yeah, it's in Alameda County. It's like the back end of it's like the back end of Alameda County, because Alameda County is kind of one of the smallest counties, I think, in the Bay Area. Uh I think is Contra Costa County is pretty big. San Mateo County is pretty big, and Santa Clara County, San Francisco County, and then what's the other one? I think it's one more. I think it's one. I think it's one more. Can't remember. Can't remember. I think it's really four main counties in the Bay Area. Alameda. Wait a minute. Alameda, San Mateo, Santa Clara, San Francisco, Contra Costa. So like maybe five or six. But Alameda County is like one of the more smaller counties. Yeah, Cocoa. I think Cocoa is like the biggest one. Well, like I said before, um, Keke Palmer, like I said, she probably gonna have one. She go fall flat on her face because, like I said before, eventually he may run across his. How could I say this? While she's sitting up thinking that she just got some dude that she could just walk all over, Betty Wright said it back in the 70s. There's always a cleanup woman, and he may meet a cleanup woman. I know Willie D made the cleanup man, but Betty Wright, they looked at her as a traitor for making that song. A lot of women didn't like that song, The Cleanup Woman. She was basically saying she was a virgin of a female captain. So a lot of women saw Betty Wright as a traitor for that song. Cause I don't know too many women that like that song, The Cleanup Woman. Just like a lot of people really don't like that song. A lot of men like that song by Shirley Murdoch, As We Lay, but a lot of women didn't like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Santa Clara County. If you was in Santa Cruz, nah, Santa Cruz. That's not really the Bay Area. Santa Cruz is like that's by the water. That's not like really the Bay Area. We don't consider Santa Cruz like the Bay Area, even though it's like in. I think Santa Cruz got a different area code. I don't even think they used to have 408, but I think they got a different area code. Santa Cruz is kind of out the way from where I'm at right now. Santa Cruz, like maybe where I'm at right now, probably take me about 2 hours to get to Santa Cruz. Um, Santa Cruz is like about ooh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Santa Cruz is about maybe 45, 50 minutes from San Jose. It all depends on it all depends on which way you go. Because San Jose is actually the funny thing is San Jose is actually bigger than San Francisco. Actually, in the Bay Area, are the biggest city in the area codes in the 415, 408, 510 is actually San Jose got 1 million people. That's what people don't know. San Jose is actually bigger than San Francisco. Yep, you right, Mike. Yeah, we don't consider Santa Cruz the Bay Area, just like we don't consider Stockton the Bay Area neither, or Sacramento. Sacramento is like an hour and some change away from Oakland. They try to say the North Bay, but no, no, no. Sacramento is Sacramento. 916. Shout out to my Sacramento people. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love. Shout out to my people from the Garden Block, Oak Park. Real talk. Shout out to my people. Oh, South San Jose. I like San Jose though. I like that mall. Damn, what is that mall called? The one on Telly. Yeah, the one on Telly. Damn, what the hell? What is that mall called? San Jose off of Telly. Damn, I can't remember what it's called. Nah, Oakland, yeah, of course, that's the Bay for sure. No, I'm not. I'm a yes. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. East Ridge Mall. Thank you. Appreciate that, brother. That's my favorite. That's my favorite mall. 3 floors, but San Jose, that's still a little bit of. But I got to come out to San Jose in about 2 weeks because I got to go to SneakerCon in Santa Clara. So I will be at SneakerCon. But anyway, you guys, I'm finna tap out. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate the love y'all give me. But for real, take this game, take notes, man. And for real, stand up for yourself, man. To a certain degree, even if you ain't black, man, just stand up for yourself, man. Be a man. Real talk. Stop being emasculated, man, and stop being afraid to speak your mind, and stop making people make you feel shame to be a man, especially if you a brother. Real talk. I'm out.